Good evening.
Welcome to the Alps presentation.
My name is Nathan Garris. I am a 5th grade Alps student who will be helping MCV.
Hello, I am a 7th grade student at Collin. This is my 4th year in the Alps program. The goal of the evening is to share the critical thinking process of students as they share a project, lesson, or a program. Each grade level will be sharing a project in 5-minute intervals.
The title of this presentation is Candy Parallel Equations. Students created parallel equations using candy as the variables. Answers were checked by reading the QR code the students created to give the values of the variables. And here are Isabel Stranson and Victoria Burke.
Hi, I'm Victoria Burke. And I'm Isabel Stranson. And what we had to do before we could do any of our candy parallel equations was we had to work with variables so that we understood what we are and come up with different strategies so that we knew how to solve variable problems. And at first we had to solve already made up problems, and then we had to, after that we had to understand that variables were candy, and those variables had to mean something. And when you were gonna make them, you had to already have the numbers in your mind that you were gonna write down as variables. Then we had to think about how we could make our problems differently. So, like, a harder problem might be made with larger numbers, and an easier problem might be made with smaller numbers. We put so here's mine, and we put our answers on the inside of the cards, and then we created our QR codes. And once we had created it, our teacher, Mrs. Overmeyer, took a digital picture of our cards, and we put the QR code in the corner. So, if you see, go. And after everyone created the problems, we switched each other's problems, and we had to solve our problems, and we had to write down the answers that we thought it was. And this is my friend Julia's, and I think that her candy cane equals 9 and her Tootsie Roll equals 6. And then after, we have to correct it with the iPads. And I was right. So, we thought we might show you how we made our cards. First, we would look at an example like Victoria's, so that we could first learn how to figure them out. And then we took our piece of paper and we thought of a problem, and we put it together. And that was all. So this was my QR code. And that concludes our presentation.
Next, we have grades 4 and 5, and this presentation title is the Challenge Novel Circles. These students read a selected novel from the Imagine It program. Each small group is led by a parent or a Southern New Hampshire University volunteer over a 6-week time period. Catherine was our participant last year and a co-leader for these groups this year. Here's Catherine McCarthy with the presentation.
Hi, I'm Catherine McCarthy. Like you said, I did the Challenge Novel Circles last year and helped this year. We read the book Tuck Everlasting. We met every week for about 6 weeks for about 45 minutes each time. Yeah. I like this book a lot. I thought it was really cool. I like the vocabulary a lot. It was really cool. Everyone got a purple folder with all the vocabulary words and their meanings, and good questions to ask to yourself about the book. Each group had a lot of very cool ideas and ways of learning these words and a lot of other things about the books. Every week it was really fun to discuss all the details of the novel and things that you liked about it. I really thought teaching was a cool way to learn. It was a real experience. I learned better techniques of being a leader and being part of groups and leading them. The last week of week 6, we all got to do a creative presentation of what we thought of the book. And seeing people did PowerPoints, posters, games, I thought that was really cool. Overall, this opportunity was a good teaching and learning experience. Thanks.
This is a 5th grade presentation titled The Phantom Tollbooth QR Codes. Students read the novel The Phantom Tollbooth by Norton Juster. Each student created a paper doll character and wrote a description of a character, ending in a question targeting how their character impacted the plot of the story. A QR code was created to provide an answer of these questions. Here is Nicholas Kahn and Macy Project.
Hi, I'm Macy. And I'm Nick. And we read the Phantom Tollbooth by Norton Juster. And then we had to write a question our character would say. And some stuff our character would say. Then we wrote a question and we wrote it into a QR code. We are doing QR codes because we're learning about them in Alps class, and they're new technology and they're popular and fun. And I made my Christmas list on QR codes. I was on a quest for QR codes. I discovered gum packages with QR codes in them, and there was an Enigma reader. It was Enigma QR code reader. It read colored QR codes and QR codes with shapes on them. Some people have t-shirts with QR codes on them with special printers, and there was a lot of other stuff too. We couldn't find out how to read colored QR codes. Somebody brought them into Alps class to share. And then there was also with pictures on them that we couldn't figure out how to read, and we found out that they actually could be read with the Enigma reader. So I read those, and so we had smiley face, so it was a moon or a face, and it can also be like colors. And to generate a QR code, we had to go to kwar.com.
Nick, you're going to talk this way.
To generate a QR code.
Okay.
To generate QR codes, we had to go into kwar.com. to type in something, which could be a URL, a text, a phone number, and SMS. I'll click text.
It's okay.
So I'll click on text and you could hit and you could click sizes, which could be small, medium, large, or extra large. And then we hit generate. And you can scan it with an iPad, with my tab reader. And it came up with this. And that was our project on mechanical control.
Next, we're going to have the 6th grade present Making Sense of a Graphic Novel, The Arrival by Sean Tan. Each group of students was given a section of the graphic novel to interpret and summarize. There are no words throughout the entire book. Each class reflected on the story using Wallwisher, a Web 2.0 tool. For the final project, students found a unique technology presentation tool to explore. Here's Nicholas Gardner and Stephanie Black for presentation.
So, the book we read was called The Arrival. And to start off our presentation, we explored the front page. And the writing on the front page was so small, we had to use hand lenses to decipher it. And some of the important things we found were the date of departure, which was the 23rd of March.